Hello, I'm Amy from Cakes with Faces and I am dating a salmon. Do you love sushi? Do you love sushi so much you want to go on a date with it? Now, with Love Sushi Rangers, you can. You play the daughter of a sushi restaurant owner and your father goes away on a sushi sightseeing cruise of the world. He only tells you about this the night before he goes, but like all good fathers would, he gives you an informative pamphlet about it. This throws you into a complete panic. How are you going to run the restaurant on your own and how are you going to make all the sushi? Apparently, there aren't any other staff to help you. You hear a noise in the middle of the night and go downstairs to find that all the sushi ingredients have magically transformed into men. There's no explanation for how or why this happens. It just does. You meet Meguro, the tuna, Salmon, his little brother Ikura, the salmon roe, and his friend Tamaki, the tamago sushi. There's a bit of rivalry going on between salmon and tuna, and who's the most popular, who makes the best sushi, and I'm yet to meet Ebi, the shrimp. Later on there's some foreign romance with avocado. Avocado isn't a traditional Japanese sushi ingredient. It was introduced in the West as a substitute for fatty tuna for people who didn't want to eat raw fish. Love Sushi Rangers is available on iOS and Android and it's free to download, but it could turn into an expensive relationship because you do need to buy credits if you want to play more than about 2 or 3 minutes a day. O sushi o tabemashou ka? In Japanese, there are 3 alphabets: Hiragana, Katakana, and Kanji. Hiragana are often the first alphabet that you learn, and because of their rounded shape, they're often described as cute. A news site conducted a poll to answer that important question: which is the cutest hiragana of them all? The results are in. In 3rd place, ne, with 7% of the vote. People like it because it's got a meaning as well as a sound. It's used at the end of a sentence to mean, don't you think? Kawaii ne? It sounds cute, and the little twist at the end looks like a tail. In 2nd place, you, with 14% of the vote. It's circular and it has a nice sound and looks like it's curling up. It's used in classic girls' names like Yuko and Yumi. And in 1st place, with 21% of the vote. People said it has a harmony as well as a certain assertiveness, and it's often the first character that you learn, so people said it sounds like the main character. It also starts off the word I, which means love. What do you think? Put your cutest character in the comments below. Did you know that instant noodles were originally created to bring about world peace? During the food shortages in Japan after World War II, the inventor decided that the only way to bring about peace in the world would be if everyone had enough to eat. A good theory, I think. Mr. Ando, the inventor, came up with these criteria. They had to be tasty, non-perishable, ready in less than 3 minutes, economical, safe and healthy. The bank he worked in shut down and he lost his job, so he devoted the next year of his life to developing instant noodles. To start with, the texture wasn't quite right. Then one day, completely by chance, he threw a noodle into hot tempura oil, and the frying dehydrated the noodle. It caused tiny perforations, which increased the surface area, and that's how they cook so quickly. When they first came out in 1958, instant noodles were seen as a luxury because they were more expensive than fresh ramen, but they soon became a staple. Cup noodles came out 8 years later when Mr. Ando went to America and saw people using coffee cups as ramen bowls. Mr. Ando turned his thoughts about noodles into a whole philosophy. He said that mankind is noodle-kind. The day before he died, he gave an inspiring speech at the factory. He recognised that our wishes and demands are often greater than our resources. In terms of instant noodles, this means that instant ramen may not taste exactly like fresh ramen, but they might just feed the world. They've certainly fed me, and shouldn't that count for something? To Mr. Ando, we say, Sume no aka o senjite nomu, which means to brew and drink the dirt from under someone's fingernails, which might not sound very nice, but it's actually a positive message about taking an example from someone who's worthy of respect and admiration. That's it for now. Next episode, we're talking about why you can't dance in Japan. Remember to subscribe and check out our t-shirts and cute things on cakeswithfaces.co.uk.